Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you have been watching some of my YouTube videos. I'm very pleased to have you here. Well, I have a little chat about what I've been working on lately. First of all, I've been making some little woodland characters. This is a little kitten, and I have been using some of these little mini balls. They come in a big pack of 80, and I've been using these to knit up these lovely little characters. So out of one little ball, is it 10 grams? Yes, 10-gram ball, you can actually get a full character. So I was very pleased with that. This one's knitted with cream, and then it's a variegated beige with a light bit of pink through it. The pattern has embroidered eyes, but I quite like the little black beads that you can get. Because it's wool, it tells you not to stuff the top of the arms, and I haven't stuffed them, but it still kind of flops up. But that's okay, that doesn't matter. So these are for gifts. So this is the little kitten one, and here's a little rabbit one. I've changed the face details on this one from what I had in the pattern. To be honest, I don't really like this very much either, so I'll probably change it again. So they're knitted on double pointed needles for the head separately from the body, and then you join them together. It's very sweet design. It's lovely, but it is a bit of a challenging knit if you're not used to knitting with double pointed needles very much. So that's two, and I've got a little hedgehog, and I think she is just so cute, so adorable. So this is a boucle yarn you use for this one, but I love the effect that it gives. They are really sweet. They're very nice. And one more. Here is the little teddy bear one. Again, the face here is different from the actual pattern because I'd done the pattern, didn't like it, and I changed it to this one with a nice little smile on it, and I felt happier with that. So they all have the little black bead eyes, and I'm quite happy with that. But each one has got some accessories. So if I just push those ones to the top just now, and let's look at the little kitten. So this one's for a Harry Potter fan. So I have knitted, again using the same yarn, a Harry Potter scarf in the Harry Potter colours, for this little kitty to wear. In fact, I'll leave that just now and show you the little backpack. So the scarf I just made up myself. The backpack is in the pattern that you can get the little hedgehog with. It comes in the same pattern. But I do have some other clothes which I bought separately. So this can open up and you can pop things inside, and you'll see what I'm popping inside in a little minute. So let's pop this on to the little Harry Potter kitty. And there we go. Close that over again a little bit. And then we'll pop on the scarf. I'll keep it nice and warm today because it's freezing. It's a cold November morning. So there we go. There's our little Harry Potter kitty. And the little rabbit has a little pinafore dress. Here we go. Again, this is knitted on double pointed needles. And then you just transfer to just two of the needles at the top of the pinafore bib. There we go. And we'll tie with the buttons. I'm going to cross them at the back. So these are plastic buttons. They are 3mm in size, maybe 4mm. They're small, they're perfect for toys, small toys. So a little crisscross in the back, and this is what she looks like at the front. So she's rather sweet. Quite happy with her. For the little hedgehog, so this gift is for a fan of witches and all things Halloween. So for this little character, woodland character, I have a pinafore done in kind of a night sky colour. It's got a wee hint of blue in it, mostly grey, and I've just embroidered a little spider web on it. So if we pop that on, this is what she looks like. I've got a couple of purple buttons on the back, because that's my friend's favourite colour. And I'm not going to cross them this time, I'm just going to put them straight down. Oops. There we go. So there's her little spider web dress. And of course we can't have a little witch doll without the witch's hat. The witch's hat's not included in the pattern that I bought, so what I did is I started with a number of stitches on another hat pattern that you can buy for these characters, and I just decreased as I went along. I used 5 double pointed needles for this one, 2mm, they're all 2mm needles, and I put on a little cat buckle there. And at the edge there of the hat I did a little crochet scalloped edging just to make it a little bit different. And we can pop that on. Oh, she looks lovely. There we go. Keep trying to pull out a little hair, but it's part of the wool, part of the yarn. So you can push the hat brim up if you wish, or you can just keep it down. Just keep it down just now. There we go. She looks lovely. And the last one, our little bear. I've got a pair of shorts for the bear. And these are really cute on. The straps are sewn onto the button at the front rather than coming over, so we just have to pop his arms in. So this yarn, Metropolis, is a sock yarn, and it is, now, is it got some nylon and some wool in it? Let me have a wee check. 25% nylon, 75% merino extra fine. I just adore the colours that it comes in, absolutely adore them. I love them, that they're kind of slightly variegated, kind of like a heathered effect. There we go. Now, doesn't that look cute? So cute. We also have a little hoodie. So the shorts and the jacket are available in different patterns. I'll put a link to the seller. It's an Etsy shop, and I just love, actually I love all the designs that she does, but these ones I'm particularly fond of. I like the size. There we go. And now the hood is a little bit large. She kind of disappears under the hood, so it's quite nice just to have it flat at the back, and we can tie the buttons on the front. Again, these are knitted with double pointed needles, and a little bit of a challenge for me since I've used single pointed needles for most of my life. See, one and another one. These are all the same buttons as I was showing you before, and they're quite cheap. You can buy these from Etsy. One of my favourite sellers on Etsy, oh, they've just popped out again, they really do close, believe me. I'll get that in a minute. One of my favourite sellers on Etsy for buttons and buckles and things, like the buckle on this hat, is Blacksparrowuk. Again, I'll put a link in the description box below. They have lots of lovely buttons and buckles and all sorts of things, all sorts of charms. So this kind of brings together my love of miniatures and my love of knitting. Sometimes they merge, and you'll see a bit more of that in a second. This is annoying me, so I'm just going to get this. There we go. Right. Okay, there we are. Now he looks nice and cosy in this cold November morning. Maybe not with the shorts right enough, but he looks sweet. So that's my 4 characters, the 4 woodland characters from the pattern. I think you can buy the pattern with just these 2 characters, and I bought the larger pattern that has all 4 of them in it. And the kitty comes as a fox design as well, so I suppose you can see there's 5 of them. So, miniatures to go with the characters. I have, for Harry Potter, a little witch book, The Pages That Turn, and this was a download from Etsy, and it's even got a little library card. So you have to print it off, cut it out, and join it all up together to make the book. So that's going to be for Harry Potter inside his little satchel. And there's also a miniature mug with a little Harry Potter design. Now it's so small, it's really tricky to get that design on it. But Iris did that for me, she's really good with fine detail. So this is his mug. It's still to get sealed to make sure it doesn't come off. I think it's really nice. And there's a little scroll here as well. So these things will get popped into the, in fact they'll all get wrapped up and then will be put into one of these capsules. These are from the Zuru My Mini Baby range. It seemed a shame to waste them. So what I'm going to do is wrap up the little gifts and put them inside this, and then they can be revealed. Got a little bag there for the cup once it's sealed. So that's for the little Harry Potter kitty, and for, I don't want them to roll. For the witch, I have another book, and it says Bewitched and Beautiful on the front of it. Bewitched and Beautiful, and again it has pages and pictures, a little story there, and a little library card at the front. That one comes out, I think I must have glued in the other one, a bit too loose with the glue. So there we go, and she has a little scroll as well, just with some embroidery thread tied around it. And I've got here from Pigeon Oak on eBay. They make hand carved wooden miniatures, and this one is a little tiny wand. It's actually got, you'll never see it, a bat head on the top of it. It's got little eyes. I don't know if I put it against the white, if that will make it any better. Probably worse, and the light's shining off it. So a little wand for the witch. So we'll pop our wand back in, and you can see there it says bat wand in the bottom of it. So that was a custom order, that one. I asked for that one in particular. So I'm delighted with these, and I know the recipient will be delighted too. And I have again another miniature from Pigeon Oak. This here, this little back mark is from my fire, from my stove. I didn't realise it was still there. It's a little carved wooden spoon. It's so nice. You can hardly believe it's wood. You think it was 3D printed, but it's actually carved wood. Beautiful. So this one is for the little teddy bear. So later on I will wrap these up, and I'll put all of the items inside the little capsules, and the little characters will go inside a little bag, a little separate gift bag, and that will be them ready for gifting. So I don't make a lot of things. Most of my knitted items are for commissions or for Etsy orders, but it's quite nice sometimes to make something for yourself. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of patterns, and one of the reasons for making YouTube videos is I want to go through the patterns, use them, tell you what I found and if I would use them again or if it's something to get rid of, a bit of decluttering of my patterns. So that's that project. This one is now finished. I have to say it was quite a long project. You think little tiny characters can't take that long? Believe you, believe me, they can take that long. A very long project, but I'm really happy with the results. Something that I would maybe go back to and make again. Another thing I've got on the needles I'm just now working on is coming into winter time and Christmas time. I am trying to make a little floral brooch with the Christmas rose. So I've got 3 of these little leaves, again the same yarn, Metropolis one is one of my favourite yarns to use, but it is quite bouncy. Wool tends to be quite bouncy, so I will have to block these. So I've got 3 leaves so far. I've got 2 flowers without the centres on them. I'm not quite sure which one I like better, the one with a little bit of a centre bit or the one with a large bit. I'm going to wait until I do the wee pom-pom centres with, I've got a yellow yarn. Now, just while we're talking about yarn, I use this white cotton. I think this is saffron. It's by Drops, 4-ply cotton. I thought that would be nice for the flowers, and I'm pleased with how they've turned out. But for the centre, I have jumped over to the baby merino. Just because I'm trying to use up yarns, I've got hundreds and hundreds of balls of yarns and I would like to use them up doing projects from patterns that I've collected over the years. So although I don't often mix yarns within the same project, I will do it as long as it doesn't look too bad. So I have this yellow for the centre, but I thought it might be nice with a little bit of gold thread through it for making the pom-pom. This pattern's actually for these flowers from Simply Knitting, the latest edition of it, and it's a wreath. I'll see if I can pop a picture on for you. A Christmas rose wreath, and I've just taken the leaves and the flowers from it for making up a smaller project for a brooch. So I was thinking if I mix the gold with the yellow, it might give a little bit of sparkle, but without it sparkling too much. So I've got this to finish, and hopefully if I get it done soon I can pop up a little picture of that. So that's all I'm working on at the moment. I'm still busy doing orders for Etsy, some commission orders that I've received, and of course if you're watching the Premature Baby Challenge 2025 video that I finished last week, you'll see that I was very busy doing little hats for premature babies as well. There's always something on the go. I wanted you to see what I've been working on, especially since I'm so happy with the little characters there. And I hope this will be nice. Let's see if and I'll pop a picture on or mention it in the next catch-up video of what I've been doing. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate people tuning in to watch. I've got so many ideas for YouTube, and sometimes I don't know which ones to go with first, and I end up with a whole lot of playlists rather than a whole lot of videos in the one area. It's just because that's the way my brain works. I go from one project, once I'm finished that I'll go on to another project and another project. So the videos will tie into different areas within my playlists. But hopefully you'll find something interesting here, whether it's the miniatures or whether it's the knitting. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you back again. Again, thank you very much for joining me. Please subscribe if you enjoy these kind of videos, and if you can give me a like if you're up for that, that would be great. That would be much appreciated also. And I'm hoping to bring you lots more videos soon. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye for now. Bye. That's Brody's footsteps again. Brody's just heard me saying goodbye and decided that's a good time to come up out of his bed and get a ball. But there we go. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.